ready for two wild guys throwing out spicy ideals on fantasy football. Welcome back to the Dynasty Football Maniac. Trust at your own risk.
All right. Uh, so we are going to be covering the AFC East today. And I know last time, Austin, we covered a lot, different ones from the North and the South.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in this league right here, we need to stick with the worst to the best, maybe. Oh, well, we'll mix it up. But I think we need to stick with I believe, probably the team that's going to struggle the most this year in that division will be New England Patriots. I think they're going to struggle out of the bunch. And the reason I say that is, yes, it's new coaching, but the wide receiver core doesn't reach out and grab me yet. I mean, you got a quarterback, but you bring in someone that's half broken. And Mac Hollins, okay, what has he done? And then Demario Douglas, I don't understand. I mean, the only exciting thing they got is a left tackle, Will Campbell, the way he come out in the draft. And, I mean, the tight end is Henry Hunter. He did real well last year. This is probably a good year for him because Drake Mays kind of relied on him a lot. I just don't. Is it me, or do you feel like I'm missing something on that wide receiver core? Do you see something I don't see?
No, I mean, I kind of feel the same way you do. I mean, the only one that I mean, I don't know which way you really want to go, to be honest with you, because we don't know what Stephon Diggs we're going to get, especially after this injury he had. We could get the one that he was doing pretty well, even with Houston, or we could just get the one that just falls off the face of the earth. So, in all honesty, it's really going to be interesting how this wide receiver core is going to be. But honestly, their run game is probably the most interesting one out of it.
And I
I,
agree with, yeah. Go ahead.
if I, you know, if I was going to get, I would get either whoever. I don't care if you think Ramondre is going to be the one, or if you think Travion Henderson is going to be the one. If you need running backs, and if you're into the handicap, and if you're into the handcuffs of running backs, them two is the ones you need to get. Other than that, on the offensive side, I do like Drake May, but he's going to be more of the back end quarterbacks until he's proven himself more. Because we only saw some, like, maybe a couple flashes here and there, but with the receiving core, you never know what you're going to get with them. So honestly, I would just stick with the running backs on the offensive side.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with you on that. And I think the highest score for fantasy on the offensive side this year is going to be probably Trevion Henderson. I think he's going to end up topping everybody out. I don't think he's going to get a real go fast start, but before the end of the season, we're going to see him climb. And I would like to see the Stephon Diggs that we've seen for the beginning half of Houston. Because if we have that, then that's a whole different dramatic scene that's going to happen there. And I think the most exciting thing is their defense. Their defense with them picking up Robert Spillman. Yeah, he's older, but the guy was like top 5 scorer last year in fantasy for IDP. So he's that's a defensive mind coach you're going to. Um, it's going to be very interesting. I like the whole defense that he's building there. He brought in Landry from Tennessee, which was interesting, and he's really good too. Uh, Milton Williams from Philly. Then he also brought in Carlton Davis from Detroit and added it to the pieces he already had. And they did draft a few during the draft, but they were like 4th round, 5th round defensive guys. So there's nothing really to like jump up and say, hey, look. So what do you think?
I don't. I like their. I don't mind their defense. Um, I think it's. I think it could definitely be better than last year. Um, but in all honesty, I would. Oh, honestly, you might have a lot more players that you might be interested in this defense, but I'm not gonna go clamoring on for everybody because I just don't see them. I just don't see them taking the next step.
Oh, I don't
I
either.
see them. I see them more like what basically just they're gonna be the bottom feeders of the division, so they're gonna struggle. Um, Now player wise, I do like I do like Harold Landry, like you said. I also like me some Christian Gonzalez. I like Christian Gonzalez.
Oh yeah,
Jabril Pep,
cornerback.
yeah, Jabril Peppers is not a bad one either.
Nope, he was really good. He was
Uh,
picked up from the Giants.
right. Yeah, I'd have to see about everybody else though, but them are the main ones that I would go after on that defense.
Yeah, and if you're in a dynasty, Spillman, Landry, and all of them are probably already on teams. So is Gonzalez, most likely. Uh, the one thing that I think would probably be interesting, and I'm not sure if he would be on anybody's team, would be Mac Hollins. He could actually still be out on a waiver wire for a dynasty due to the fact that he ain't that high up as a wide receiver. He'd be a nice little pickup since he's going to be a starting wide receiver for New England. It's not saying he's going to get a whole lot of points, but it could give you some depth. Hunter
Right.
Henry, he's already going to be captured by someone. No one's going to let that tight end float out there for free. And Stephon Diggs, even though he was let go from Houston and went on to there, he ain't free. I mean, if you're in a startup, these guys ain't going to probably draft until way into the mid rounds. It wouldn't be in the first 5 rounds. It'd be later on. You'd start seeing
Now,
some of these guys go off.
now
Trevion Henderson, maybe, but Ramon Stevenson too. But the rest of them, I
I,
don't think.
I will say the only person out of this receiving core that I may take a chance on, if I have to, is the Mario Douglas because of him starting to get a connection with Drake May last year. Other than that, I'm not clamoring for any of these receivers on this team.
All right, that's fair enough. We can't argue that. So let's move on to another great team. We ain't gonna like dwell on that one. Uh, let's go to a fancy team. This team here, I think, is gonna be special this year.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's been a lot of years that everybody wanted it to be special, and I don't think he even knows who I'm going to say. I'm going to be surprised him, or maybe he knows who I'm talking about. But I honestly think this is the year. This is his last hurrah run, and then he's going to fall off the wagon. I think
Mm,
Tua is going to pull one good game out, one good season out, and then we're not going to hear from him again. He's going to probably play again after this season, but he's going to falter again. I think this is going to be his 100% health season. This is the season he runs with it. You would think it wouldn't be the season, but I just feel like what I see going on there, what's happening, there's a high probability this guy's going to be the guy that does it this year. So, I mean, he's got a great running back room. Devon A. Chain, Jalen Wright. Wide receiver could be one of the great wide receiver rooms. You got Jalen Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill. And then behind that, you got all these other good wide receivers like Tajay Washington, Malik Washington. And then you also have um, Darren Waller joining as a tight end, along with they had Farrell Brown join, which ain't really much, but I think the exciting piece of it is Darren Waller if he plays. That's a question mark too. There's some questions he might. They say he's going to play, but I don't know yet. Defense still looks the same. They added a few more pieces to it. Plus, they drafted Kenneth Grant in the first round, so that's exciting. Um, Chop Robinson. Everybody was all hyped up on this defensive guy. Where's he at now? He's not that head guy. See, guys, you should have listened to me. I know my defense guys. And you're like,
okay.
yeah, you know it. I mean, you were all hyped up on Chop Robinson too. You knew I didn't even like the idea he went to Miami. I thought he was well, he's a Penn State guy. He shouldn't have been drafted in the first round, in my opinion. Uh,
Okay. Now you're just being a little sour.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, the big grab out of this, if you have a bonus for punt returner, Malik Washington would be your grab. I think that's going to be exciting. As long as he stays healthy, he does both punt and kick return with the new rules and the way Miami always does it, he's going to score high. He's also uh, one of the starting 1, 2, 3 wide receivers. He's a slot wide receiver. So that right there even gives you a little bit more bonus. So I'd kind of be looking for that. If I was you, if you don't have them, pick them up. That's only if you got a bonus for punters. If you don't have a bonus for punters, don't go out there and get them and drop somebody for this guy. This is a bonus for punters, punt return, scoring. You want this guy. Um, as long as Davon A Chain runs healthy, I think he's going to be fine. I think they're kind of like selling Ale Gordon short. I know he had that rough year in college. He kind of fell off and faltered. If you watched him previously, he was a back. And a lot of people thought he'd be one of the top backs coming out. So I know he only went in the 6th round, but still, there's a chance. And then Alexander Matheson, that was a waste of time in Minnesota, Vegas, and here. So here we go. I mean, that's just a guy to fill on the bench. So on this
he,
point,
he was he was kind of a flex guy whenever if you ever needed one.
yeah, he was a great flex
Surprisingly,
player. Yeah, if you needed a flex player and he was substituting for someone, he was decent. So I,
yeah. So my worry though is Tyreek Hill after the year he had last year. Um, what kind of Tyreek Hill are we gonna get this year? Are we gonna get the amazing Tyreek Hill, or are we gonna get the Tyreek Hill that we were all fumbling around wondering why we drafted him so high and he's hurting our feelings? Because honestly, I think the regression is starting with him now.
I think he was frustrated. I think he wanted another Super Bowl ring that he got like he did at Kansas. He thought Tua was the guy. Tua has always been having issues. Other quarterbacks never were in sync, but when Tua's playing, he's always in sync. And I think if Tua has a good, healthy season, plays consistently, I think we're going to see the same Tyreek Hill we've always seen. I think he still has it in him. I think that's the biggest issue. Kid Tua stay healthy and
Well,
feed him the ball.
didn't Tua play most of the year last year? Did he not?
Oh,
Did he? Let's look at that real quick.
yeah, let's look at that. Oh, this chart won't show me if he played games. I have to look at my other chart.
Okay, so he missed 1, 2, 3. So he missed four games, but he played. Okay, he played he played. He missed actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 2 weeks of the year, they just sat him out because I guess they didn't want to risk him getting hurt. But
Yep.
the time he did play, he's got some good quarterback. He got quarterback 9, quarterback 10, quarterback 3, quarterback 7. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's impressive. He stays healthy. That's the thing. I think this is the year he does it. I think everybody's going to be in, wow, he's already re signed a contract, so they're not going to be able to go out for more money after this year. But I think this will be the last year. I think, if anything, he's going to try to get that ring if he really wants it. And I think he does. I think every quarterback thrives to get that ring, and it would be a disappointment not to get it. And it also solidifies his career. I
See,
feel like this is the year. I feel like this is the year he pulls it together, which a lot of people hope that's
yeah,
true.
yeah. So with Tyreek, I think the reason why is because people drafted him so high last year, and he did not come back on the ADP he was drafted at. So if you can take a chance on Tyreek Hill if you still believe, but I would, in my opinion, I would wait until the later rounds to do this instead of how he originally was being drafted as,
Well, I think
because
most drafts right now is what having them going third, 4th round.
which is fine, which is fine for that most part. Um, I mean, as long as two is good, as long as two is healthy, he'll be great. He'll do good things. The offensive line, I kind of need to see how that turned out because the offensive line was kind of one of the reasons why he was running for his life. Now they didn't tell Tua to dive head first into people though, but they were one of the reasons why he was running for his life most of the time last year.
Yeah,
So
so
they did get some more pieces in there, so we'll see how they turn out. And I will give you a stay away player. Stay away from Darren Waller. Don't I don't care if our lads puts him in first or whoever puts him first. Stay away from him.
see, I disagree with you. I think he'd be a nice little tight end pickup, put in a flex spot if you need him.
Oh
For
yeah,
just this year, I wouldn't do them. Okay, so when I say that, if you're doing a redraft and you're low on tight ends and he's out there, I would take him. If you're doing a dynasty, I would pull him up if you have an empty spot on your bench because tight ends are rare, and I'd have him there. And if he does good, I would play him. If he doesn't, I wouldn't. And just to jump back to Tua, last year, what I'm looking at is he placed 22nd, and like Austin said, he missed. Well, he actually missed more than 4 games because it only shows him playing 11 full games.
they sat him down the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I mean, but he's playing, he's extraordinary. So I just think this is the year. This is my call. Now, do I think they're going to win it all? Oh no, I just think he's going to take them to the playoffs for that division only. Don't think I'm saying I know we're not going there, but I'm saying this is probably his best year.
Darren Waller is going to be like the last resort guy that I need to get. I am not seeking him out or anything whatsoever.
No,
Um,
but it's
so
okay. So let's okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, but yeah, I'm with you on that. So out of that,
so defense. So defense. The defense. I kind of like this defense.
I do too.
It's not the prettiest, obviously, and yes, they could. Almost every defense needs work in some areas or whatever, but this defense, I like this defense. I liked them last year, and I think I'm liking them going in here this year. So, you know, they got Mika Fitzpatrick, and they got Cam Smith. Those are two good players, and they also got
Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks, but and they also have now if he stays healthy, Jalen Phillips will be the guy I go after in this defense because he is a sack machine when he is healthy, and he was doing good until he got that injury.
So when
Um, Go ahead.
so when do you think Mike McDaniel's job will be on the hot seat?
This year,
You think it's this year? If he don't go to the
I th-
playoffs,
I think it's this year. I think if they do not make it to the playoffs, I believe that his time will come because they're going to have to restart after this year if they don't make it because when Mike Daniels first came out, he was that team was guns blazing. They were just going left and right. They were really good.
yeah, and then
But
two of
with the Tua stuff, and then the years goes by, everybody starts realizing what Mike McDaniels is doing. So they figured him out. I mean, I think they figured him out. So I think this year is the year, and if he doesn't get it done, then I think he's done.
yeah. So you got quite a few good pickups versus what we talked about the last time. I mean, some reliable ones that they stay healthy, like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, even Malik Washington might be decent. The quarterbacks definitely. You want to pick up Tua if you get a chance. You don't have to pick him up in the first 3 rounds. He'll be around unless it's a quarterback flex. Then he'll be gone pretty quick. Who do you think the backup is going to be right now? They currently got Zach Wilson. And then Quinn Ewers right behind him. And it's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, preseason's fixing to kick off. A lot of that's going to be the tall tale order on who makes the cuts because only 53 men are going to make this roster.
Training
Uh,
camp training camp starts next week, so we're
yep,
gonna get a lot more. We're gonna be getting a lot more news go here in the future.
yep. And there's still some floating Miami free agents that haven't landed jobs, which are really nobody of note. Looking at they got Tyler Huntley. He's a free agent. He ain't signed with no one. Um, Jordan Porter, that safety, he's not signed with no one. That's probably the most interesting one because he did pretty well as a safety. Um, yeah. So and Jeff Wilson, running back. You guys remember Wilson Jr. when all them injuries were happening? He did really good, but then he just disappeared. I think he got hurt too, but he's
Yeah.
still a free agent as a running back. So he's not re-signed with Miami. He's out there looking for a job, but last team he played for was Miami. But that's the only ones to note. There's like a dozen. I can't count them all, but just kind of like ones that stuck out that I could remember in the past that people might have went to the waiver wire, picked up. None of them were real like big starters, but decent team. So on this, who do you think is the best offensive player for the fantasy wise this year?
I think it'll be Devon A. Chan.
I'm with you on that. Devon A. Chain and Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I just can't leave Tyreek Hill. I think he's going to have a bomb year this year. I'm interested about the Kenneth Grant, but I don't think he's going to be big on defense, IDP. Um, I'm probably going to lean more towards Jordan Brooks or the safety from Detroit. I can't pronounce his name. Iftu Milifola. I think he's going to be interesting.
I'm going with Mika Fitzpatrick.
It's his fake. Yeah, that's a good one. Cam Smith is going to also be playing, so he's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you got a punt returner bonus, definitely try to pick up Malik Washington. He'll probably be a good one. All right, I'm gonna let you pick the next one since I've already ran through two. There's only two obvious teams left, so which one would you like to talk about first?
Well,
We could talk about the useless team or the good team. It's up to you.
we'll talk about the JETSSS
Oh, you
Jets.
mean the great team? Okay, I like this. So
Oh
these
God.
guys will win the whole division this year. If not, go and win the Super Bowl. But this is for them Jets fans out there. I just want to build your hopes up and tear them down all in one show. So here we go. Uh,
Mm,
oh, we're gonna win it all with
uh,
Aaron Rodgers. Oh, what happened there, folks?
mhm,
Now
that's gross.
Pittsburgh Steelers are living that dream right now. But what I do think is going to happen out of this team is I think we're going to see a turnaround. I think we're going to see a great turnaround. I think we're going to see enough turnaround where the guy gets paid. Um, and I also see Brees Hall coming back and Garrett Wilson just really doing really well this year. So, and I love the idea they added Josh Reynolds to the wide receiving core because he was so underrated when he played for Detroit and Jacksonville because he played for both them teams. He was last for Jacksonville. Before that, he was at Detroit. Um, through his career, he's been a great wide receiver, and he's just always been overshadowed. And now he has a chance to not be overshadowed, only other by, well, you got Allen Lazard there. Never mind. He might be overshadowed here too.
Mm, I
Because
think
Allen,
he. I think he can. I think he can take. I think him and Allen can battle it out.
you think it's going to be a battle?
They're all going to be on the field, but in all honesty, I kind of like Josh Reynolds a little bit better
I
than
do too.
Allen. I know to be completely honest with you, I think the only reason why Allen Lazard is even a thing is because of Aaron Rodgers when they were back in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah, he had a great starting career with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there was special moments with them. But
They Yeah, and that's the only reason why.
I
Now
think,
we get to see him without Aaron.
yeah, we'll get to see him with the great Justin Fields.
Okay, let's calm down now.
What's all calming down about that? I mean, I'm speaking of facts here. This is what this show's about: is facts.
The
And I
great
just said
Justin Fields
the great Justin Fields. It
is
rolled
on
off
his
my tongue.
third team. Interesting.
Well, Baker Mayfield is where? On his third team. Interesting. Where's Sam Arnold at? On his
Actually,
fourth team.
yeah, but they're yeah, but only one of them is actually good.
They both have had success at some point in time in their career. This is Justin Fields' time. He's never had success. Now he's going to have success. He's with the Jets. He
I
failed
don't
at the
know.
Bears because the Bears were losers. He didn't get a chance at the Steelers because the Steelers didn't have a clue what they were doing. And now he has a chance to prove himself. He's going to prove himself.
If you
Ooh,
say so.
I put a lot of my, uh, I don't know, that probably wouldn't have made sense if I said that. So we're not going to go there. But
Yeah, I mean, I wish him well, but
the only scary thing I see in this right now that could fail it is they didn't do much change to the offensive line. They added a few, they added one in draft pick, but you still have the other guys, and they didn't do a very good job when Aaron was there and prior to Aaron. So are they going to struggle now? I don't know. Or maybe they'll pick it up. I don't know. I mean, it's sad you got 2 first-round picks. Well, now 3 first-round picks on the offensive line, and one's from a second round. I mean, uh, they got to get better at blocking and protecting the offensive players. I mean, it's just got to happen. Their defense is not that bad. It's scattered, but it's not that bad. You got Will McDonald, you got Quinn Williams, you got Quincy Williams, you got who else they got here?
Sauce Gardner.
Oh, they also got Sauce Gardner now. So I mean, they got a team, and Malika Moore, they got him up in the draft, and yeah, I mean they got the defense. They can do this. And I love the idea they got one guy punt return and kick return. But I'm gonna tell you this: Xavier Gibson. I kind of did a little research on his career. I'd be hesitant to pick him up because I don't think he'll be the punt returner, kick returner for the entire season, just because he's injury prone guy. So most likely will get hurt. Looks like every year he gets hurt. So it is what it is. But he's like the what is he on the rest of the? So Xavier Gibson plays what offense? He is third string to slant wide receiver. So really not a guy you want to pick up. So on this one here, I give you guys the big. I like the idea they picked up Taylor Mason. Easy dunk. He was a good receiver back. I think it'll help out Justin Fields. He did very good with Cole Met when they connected. So I believe this is going to help out Taylor Mason. Um, I honestly think this is I would want to say it was Garrett Wilson, but I'm gonna have to go with Brees Hall. I think this is Brees Hall's rebound year, and I think if he stays healthy, this running back is going to be in the top 3 again. And I believe Garrett Wilson will be in the top 10 wide receivers. I don't think he'll be number 1. And I think Josh Reynolds would at least finish in the top 30. And the reason why I say that is I think Justin Fields has improved on his passing and controlling the ball. And if he ain't running frantic, he'll do well. So it really depends on what the offensive line does. And I think with the core coaching that the Jets currently have, I think they'll be a lot better than what he experienced in Chicago. Chicago guy does run more than the guy at the Jets. Just my opinion. Not that.
I don't know about that, but
Well,
okay.
you look at Caleb Williams. What's he doing? Running side to side. He
But
has to.
Justin Fields runs a lot too.
Well, he
Actually
had
runs more
to.
than Caleb.
Oh, they run about the same. Just
No,
they
they
had
don't.
to at
You,
that
you
at
go
that team.
go pull it up if you want to, but they don't. Justin Fields got more rushing yards.
Yeah, because he's a better rusher.
Well, you said running, so therefore
Yeah, but
Justin Fields
sometimes
run
when
more.
he's throwing, he has to run too. Is what I'm saying. He has to run out of the pocket all the time. I'm not saying he's rushing all the time. I'm saying he has to run out of the pocket when he played with the Bears.
No, that makes more sense now.
Okay,
Since you
okay.
said
I
that.
I, I got to be clarified here because yes, you got to set me straight. I get it. I get it. We're being fair. But if I was a fantasy guy, and I am, all about the fantasy. Uh, take that a lot of ways.
Mm,
Um, I think with the Dynasty League, if you have a Garrett Wilson, this is your year. If you have a Brees Hall, this is your year. This is also the year if you decide that you want to do a rebuild. I don't think anyone. No, I wouldn't put any of them up on your trading block. They got another good couple years.
all
I
right.
do
So
believe Justin Fields will sign a contract with the Jets after this and be the Jets quarterback for a little bit longer than 1 year.
so I'm going with Garrett Wilson. Brees Hall scares me, so I'm going with Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Um, on the defensive side, you can go many ways with this, but I'm gonna go with Quincy Williams because he is a really good linebacker for them, and I have him in one of my teams, so he scored a pretty good bit for me. So I'm going with him on defense.
That's fair enough. I got that. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that one.
All right, I think it's time.
Then we go to the great team with the Superman on it.
Yes, the one who's dominated this division for
And they will
probably 5 or 6 years now.
and they'll dominate it this year too. I don't think any difference going to happen. I mean, I was joking a minute ago when I said the Jets. The Jets are going to do well, and I really do, when we get to that part, I'll explain myself. But right now, I'm going to leave it at that. But okay, what always amazed me about the Bills is when you say wide receiver room, the only thing you used to think of the wide receiver room was Stephon Diggs. And that was like kind of iffy thing because Stephon Diggs would have his moments like he'd cry, he'd whine. And really, the guy that carried that team all the time has been Josh Allen. If it wasn't for Josh Allen, you wouldn't carry the team. They've had great running backs, and they still have a decent running back. Um, I'm not a big James Cook fan, but he's done good. I don't know how much more he's got in him. I'm still thinking Ray Davis could pull that through, but they also brought up Ty Johnson from San Francisco. But still, I think Ray Davis is a lot better running back. He did very good last year. I like the idea they picked up Joshua Palmer, another great, I think, decent wide receiver. The biggest surprise was Elijah Moore. I did not think they'd get him, but he's a backup to Joshua Palmer. Um, Kyle Shakir would probably be a decent wide receiver this year, and Curtis Samuel did pretty decent. I think he'll do decent. The other interesting piece to this is Keenan Coleman. Coleman? Will he actually start really kicking it in gear this year? I want to say no. Um, I think the passing game will still be short dunks. I think Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox will be utilized a lot like they always have been. Defense is always going to be solid. Um, I know some of these defensive players are kind of losing it. I think the biggest one was Joey Bosa being picked up, but he is still considered injured. So he's not completely active yet, and it's not saying he's going to be active when the start of the season. So I wouldn't count on it. But AJ Espenza is a decent backup, and he played pretty decent. So he I don't think we're going to see like a big faltering issue. Greg Russo, very good defensive guy. Ed Oliver, like him, he's a middle defensive tack, not a big scorer in fantasy, but good piece of the defensive. Cole Bishop should do well. And the interesting pickup was Maxwell Harrison in the draft this year, right quarterback. He played really well with Kentucky. Um, I think if he stays healthy, I know he had some issues during OTAs. I think they overcome them. We'll see in preseason how all that goes. I have a feeling they're not going to have him touching the ball a whole lot, more for health reasons. But then you never know; they might put it all on him and say, "Hey, you got to get out there and got to play. We got to see if you're going to be healthy enough to do this." They definitely have the punt return split, so that team right there wouldn't be like jumping on any players. Chenault, uh, there's times I've picked him up in the past off a waiver wire as a flex position, and he's a good wide receiver. Um, he's just not consistent. So when I'm looking at this, if I'm going for points, Josh Allen's the guy. Uh, I don't know. If I have to pick any other player on that offensive side, I would probably lean towards, I guess, James Cook. I mean, I don't see anything else that says, "Hey, grab me. This is it." And then on defense, I would still, for your I would probably go Greg Rusi. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of would probably be your best. Cole Bishop, I would probably do him too. What's your thoughts?
So if I am going to choose Khalil Shakir out of this offense because out of all of this receiving core that they have right now, he had the most targets last year with 100. King Coleman had 57, and Dalton Kincaid had 75. So I'm definitely going with Khalil Shakir for this offense because I believe he's going to be targeted a pretty good bit, especially now if Keenan Coleman actually breaks out like he's supposed to, then this everything that I'm saying could be just probably irrelevant. But from what I'm seeing right now, I'm going with Khalil Shakir. James Cook is a good option too. If hopefully he won't hold out like any at all because of this deal he's trying to get with them and all that. So he's another good pick that I would go with as well. And Josh Allen is going to be Josh Allen. I'm not going to pick him because I should. That's just a give me. Everybody's going to pick him regardless.
And hence,
Um,
he's always still going to go in the first round. If you think Josh Allen's going to make it past the first round,
oh,
you got to
he's going to
dog.
be the only quarterback I see that someone will pick over Josh Allen
Would be Lamar Jackson
would be
or
Lamar Jackson.
if you.
No, I mean to me it would be only Lamar. Now there might be some crazier people picking other people over Josh Allen, but the main two that I will go after if I'm going in the first round, uh, and this is like especially in what single back quarterbacks. If I'm going all the way up in the first 3 rounds, getting a quarterback, I'm going after the two big dogs. I might slide in a couple others too if I'm really feeling iffy, but right now it'd be just them two. But then other people are going to debate if it'll be Josh Allen or Lamar first. They can have their own battle on their own time. But I like your pick on defense. That's definitely a good one. I am going to go with Cole Bishop because I believe he was a rookie last year, and I think he's going to build up from what he did last year, and I think he's actually going to have a breakout year on the defensive side this year.
So I know a lot of people probably looking at the depth chart and noticing not Dawson Knox ahead of Dalton Kincaid as tight end. The reason why is Knox is good at blocking, very good at blocking, and also receiving. So he's going to be on the field more than Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid has only been utilized so far as more of a passing tight end, and he's done a pretty decent job. But I think Dawson Knox is just a proven veteran when it comes to blocking certain plays where they're going to incorporate a running back. They need that tight end blocker. And also, if they decide they want to like flex it out where he can go catch it, he's a great receiving tight end too. Because there was a time that he was in the top 10 for tight ends. It's not saying he can't do it again, but with Talton Kincaid there, it is kind of hard. But then they also play a lot of the two tight ends out on the field too, and you get both of them out there. So that's interesting. But
Yeah, because they use Dalton Kincaid as a wide receiver sometimes as well. So
yeah, so
that,
I'm saying like that's what I was trying to tell everybody. Don't disregard him as a tight end one because he's still a tight end one until different until the stats say different. Right now, he's still considered a tight end one.
mm-hmm.
Even though he's listed on the depth chart as tight end two, it's just the way that team's set up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that out because some people, and I know most people, they probably ain't looking at it like we're looking at it. We're looking at depth charts and all that. And some are. I mean, some people take the fantasy league serious. I mean, we're out there trying to win. We put money in a pot to win money to earn our pay, and we make certain decisions to try to do the right things. And I know other people are probably doing just as much homework as we're doing. We're looking at depth charts, who's coming in, who's getting signed to the practice teams, who's playing here, who has the competition spot for 1 and 2, and what is likely
I,
spot of that person getting 1 and 2. So,
I think their research is watching our show.
yeah, some of them just watch our show, and that's good too. So, and that's what I want to also thank you guys for the views. We appreciate the old views too. I see a lot of people watching. I'm able to see like other shows what you guys are watching through the week or every 48 hours. And I see a lot of the hits have been the individual positions, which is great. I know there are shows that we released throughout this summer and is ranking the players out per position. I want you guys to watch that. I hope some of that material helps you out and you're able to put the team. Right now, we're just kind of recapping each division or how we think they're going to shake out and who's the top fantasy players out of it. This is just kind of like just kind of going through some things right before the season starts because sooner or later, me and Austin will be back on our Tuesday schedule. We'll release it every Tuesday right before football week starts. We want to get it out there at least the day before Thursday, so this way you guys have time to prepare. We both have other things to do, so we don't do like some of the other shows that can do it every day. We do only have a weekly show right now. Occasionally, we'll throw an extra show in there, but we just give you guys the highlights of what we think. Him and me's been managing leagues for several years now. We do have experience at winning, so it's like, and everybody wins, but we hope some of the advice we give help you guys out. Um, so moving on, we covered this great team of the Bills. I'm kind of waiting to see. I'm gonna let you run through your top four this time instead of me always jumping ahead of you.
All right. Well, so for the team that I believe is going to be, uh, you know, pretty bad, they're going to be in the bottom of the league. I'm going to go with New England. I think they're going to be fourth in this division. For third, I have I have the New York Jets. For second, I have the Dolphins. And this could all drastically change if Tua gets hurt. If Tua gets hurt, I'm flip flopping. But as of right now, I'm going with the Dolphins as second. And then I got the Bills winning the division. And I got them going to the playoffs.
Are they the only ones from that group that you got going to the playoffs?
Yes.
All right. So with me, ain't much to talk about because my order's the same. I had Bills number one, Miami two, Jets number three, New England fourth. Now my outtake of this is the Miami and the Jets are going to be a close battle. The Bills holds it down straight out. They're going to clinch the division. I think the fight will be between Miami and the Jets. I do believe Miami will edge them out as long as Tua stays healthy. But I do also believe that the Jets will give them the run for their money. So there will actually be 3 good teams coming out of that division. But with that being said, I don't think 3 teams will make it to the playoffs from that division by any means. But I do believe Miami might, if Tua stays healthy, everything plays good. I believe we'll see the Bills and Miami in the playoffs. So I do see that.
Okay. Okay. Good deal.
So that's that. If you guys like the content, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. What do you always say?
Make sure you share because sharing is caring.
Yeah, sharing is caring. And before we let you go, I want to talk a little bit with Austin about these other leagues we're doing. So me and Austin, we do a lot of things other than just fantasy football. We're playing college football, college 26. I was
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. I like what they done with college 26. I think it's more I don't know, it's just something about it. I like how they did the college playoff this time where you can see the games you played a little bit better. Um, I like the dynasty setups. So I'm in 4 dynasties. You're in what? 2 or 3?
I'm in
2.
2 right now.
Yeah, so yeah, one I won my first game and the other one I got my first game tore up. So it's like give or take. But we do some minor league teams too. We don't always play with the big guys. Like I'm playing with Liberty Flames with one of them, University of Toledo with the other, Oregon with another, and Ohio State with another. So, and the only reason I ain't got Ohio State in the other one is because another guy had Ohio State, so I couldn't get Ohio State, so I had to take Oregon. I wouldn't touch Penn State or Michigan with a 10-foot pole. Sorry, that was rude. And I wasn't even going to take Oregon because Oregon wasn't available initially. I was taking South Carolina Gamecocks, and what happened was the guy that had Oregon decided he wasn't going to play, so I got to take Oregon. Gave up the Gamecocks for Oregon. I don't know. I don't know if I traded out bad for good or what. We'll see.
I
But
think they're a little bit better than South Carolina.
I think they are too. All right. So we got one more division of the AFC to talk about, and then we'll have our 7 teams that are going to make it to the playoffs. And then when all that happens at the end of the season, that'll be a recap we do to see how good of our projections. We'll also got the whole NFC to still talk about before the start of the season, and I think we'll be able to get it in. And also, we got to do 1 week right there before college kickoff and give our predictions for who we think is going to be that the Big 12 teams going into that great playoff system that they have. And we all know that Ohio State will run the board again. Go
Oh,
Bucks.
good grief. Yeah, you need to quit sipping whatever you're sipping on right now.
Oh, I am not stopping. That's why I threw 5 interceptions and had 1 fumble last night. It was what I was sipping on.
Oh, man.